Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling, fun Friday. Yay! My week is done. My to-do list for the week is done. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh, hang on. No, not quite. Almost done. I still have my day 21 of the manifesting challenge to do. So I'll be doing that when I finish this. And then I am done, and then I can go watch a movie. I've already got tonight's movie picked out. There was some gift that I saw today, and I thought, that looks like a bit of a fun movie. You know, it's just a little clip. And so I just put out the question out there in our chat thing and said, where's this movie from? And everybody's like, oh. And somebody found where it was, and it's It's a Lonely Place, or A Lonely Place, or the Lonely Place, something like that, with Humphrey Bogart and Gloria Graham in it. So, and on Prime, it's included with Prime. So I've got it bookmarked, read about it, and it sounds like a good whodunit type thing, because apparently Humphrey Bogart's character is suspected of murder, and then Gloria Graham's character is an alibi for him. But as the movie goes on, she sort of questions, did I make the right decision? So I'm sort of like, ooh, that sounds good. I love the classics. They're cool. But that was one I hadn't heard of. So I'm looking forward to watching that this evening. But so how was your fun Friday? What fun plans did you get up to today? What fun things have you got planned for the weekend? On my list is Networking Riches tomorrow and Sunday. And then tomorrow after Networking Riches ends, it's straight to the mail place to pick up the mail. I have something like about 10 boxes sitting there, and I'm like, I only know of 2 packages. So I'm curious. One is another installment in my Hunt for a Color, and the other one is my essential oils order. Those are the only 2 that I know of, so I've got no idea what else is coming. So it's kind of I'm trying to think, did I order anything? Nope, don't know of anything. So I'm curious to go see what's there. So that'll be fun. My Hunt to Killer. I read through the stuff for the first one. I haven't had a chance to get online because there's an online area that you go to where you go to the private investigator's secretary's desk, or the private investigator's desk. And there's a folder there that you go in to get more clues and everything else. So I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I'm actually going to sit down because I've got 2 boxes here already. I haven't even opened the second box. I've only opened the first box, which I did on one of my lives. So I haven't opened the second box yet. And tomorrow I will pick up box 3 because box 3 just arrived. So I need to get working on that. But apparently, according to the group, the good thing about the Facebook group that I'm in is they don't give away anything. There's no spoiler alerts or anybody blurting it out. They ask questions around things without actually being specific. So that's kind of cool. So nobody's giving away answers or anything. So I'm looking forward to getting into that next weekend. So we'll keep you apprised of that one as everything still goes according to plan. So today was Fun Friday. I had a lot of fun today. I had an oddball type of day. And an oddball day is that when I'm on the chat, we get unusual questions. Some make you go, it's just sort of like, oh, I've never been asked that question before. That's interesting. So it was a lot of not the normal type of questions that we were getting, which was kind of interesting, because it's interesting to see some of the questions people come up with just as they're processing thoughts and things. Well, I want the system to do this. How do I get the system to do this? Well, I can't do that, but that's a really good idea. So it's a way that so it was one of those sort of odd. Well, I call it an oddball day only because it's the unusual questions that we get asked that we may get asked once in a while. There was a couple on there that I've never been asked before, so it was an oddball day. And then of course my manifesting day 21, I've kind of been putting that off all day, but I am going to do it after this so I can watch the movie I want to watch. And then and I'm all ready for Networking Riches tomorrow. I got my notebook ready. My pens and highlighters are sitting right here, all organized and ready. My post-it notes are ready. My notebook's sitting over there because there's not enough desk space to keep it all here at one time. So I am ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. So outfits already chosen and hanging outside the closet. It's just my shirt hanging on the door of the closet. So I am ready to rock and roll tomorrow, this weekend. It's going to be awesome. I've chosen my 2 tops, one for Saturday, one for Sunday. So I am ready. Because I'm super excited to see what 2.0 Networking Riches 2.0 is going to be like. There's still space if you want to come as my guest. Just click on the go to have2network.com. It's going along here we go again. Bottom of the screen, right here, right down here. It's just going across the bottom of the screen. And then we're out, and we just got back from our evening walk. And as we left to go out, there was kind of a mothball-y type smell, but it had a sweetness to it. This is going to sound really, really weird. The one thing I like when I go out walking in the evening is trying to figure out what people are cooking based on the smells that you can, because you go through all these a variety of smells around the resort as you're walking past different places. They're getting dinner ready and everything else, or they've already cooked and they're sitting down for dinner. But tonight it was sort of like this mothball-y smell with a kind of sweetness to it, and I couldn't quite pinpoint exactly what it was. Oh, that's really weird. So we carry on down the street. Zephy decided to go right tonight, so we went down the street. We get around the corner and I can smell it. And it, had faded away. And then I get around the corner, I could smell it again. Oh, that's really weird. And then we carried on our walk, and Zephy did her thing. We had to go to the dumpster. And when we left the dumpster, I could smell it again. And I'm like, that's really weird. So, of course, I'm going, it's not me. I'm like, not me. Oh, that is really weird. And it wasn't Zephy. And I'm like, that is so strange. So then we're along the back road of the resort there, and we're walking along, and Zephy got to play with Gracie, and Gracie's this she was a pure black dog, Labrador, and the owners actually took Gracie off the leash because she doesn't go far from them. And I thought, man, if I let Zephy off the leash down here, she'd be shot right down that road right there. It was a very long road, and with me racing behind her, and I thought, yeah, she could get into all sorts of trouble because she could end up going underneath gates and everything. So yeah, but it made it easier for her to play with Gracie for a little bit. And then the woman's husband had knee surgery yesterday, so they'd been out, and he'd been out walking yesterday, and he was out walking again today with all the compression bandages on and everything else. And so they got to their RV, and he walked over and opened the door, and Gracie was like straight into the RV, like, you're not going in there without me. And Zephy's standing there like, oh. She was so upset. She was. But then we left their place and we're walking on a little further and get that sweet mothball-y smell again. I'm like, it's not mothballs. It kind of smells like that, but it's not mothballs. And I'm walking around, and then we're walking down the side street to come back again. And everywhere we went, we were smelling this mothball smell, but it was different. It had like a sweetness to it. And it was driving me nuts the whole walk. I've got no idea what it was. So obviously there's something that somebody cooked or cleaned. Maybe it's somebody, a cleaner or something. Maybe that's what. But it was just weird of how strong it was and where it was in the resort, because it was in quite a wide area that we would catch whiffs of it every now and again, and there was no breeze. So that was kind of weird. But if you know of any mothball-y type smell that's like a little sweet, let me know. I'd appreciate that. And then the other thing I have on my agenda this weekend is some genealogy research. So I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do, but I want to put into practice the stuff that I learned last week of having a research question. And I do have a client I'm working with right now. So I'm going to take part of the research I'm doing on there and turn it into a question that I can then go and prove or disprove the answer to that question. You either find the answer or we don't find the answer. So I'm really wanting to get my teeth into that. So that will probably be sometime this weekend, like Saturday or Sunday, we'll do that. And somebody's found a squeaky toy. So I'm looking forward to coming up with a question about who it is I'm researching for my client, and then going and seeing if I can find the answer to that question. But even if you don't find the answers to that question, you still write in the paper, this was our question, and we were unable to find the answers. This is where we went and had a look, and da-da-da-da-da. And you put there all the places that you went and checked and looked, and you keep all the source information, write it all up. We had a look in here, there's nothing in there, or whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this weekend to actually put into practice what we learned last week. So I've been working on a plan for that. I've got the plan because I know there's a lot of information we're trying to find for this person. And I just got to pick out which one question I'm going to go. I've got several questions written down and I've got plans. So we're going to figure out which one I'm going to go for and see what we come up with and write a paper about it. So that's going to be interesting to do that. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be fun. Got my research log ready to go. So it's always good to, one thing I have learned over the years, it is always good when you're doing genealogy research, even any research, not just genealogy, but any research, is keep a list of a document on the date and time that you visited a particular place or library or website or whatever. Put all the information in there. If it's a physical place, what is the address of that place? Where in the building did you find this information that you're, whether it's, where did you go to research this information? Did you go to an archives and you were looking at archives and you had these particular, like newspapers or something pulled out and you were looking and you put down the name of the newspaper, the volume of the paper, the page that you looked at, which column did you go into? What was the name of the article that was on there that you were reading? Did it pertain to your person? Yes or no? And then you can put that there. And that way, when you're doing more research on that thing, because research can take several days, weeks, years to do. So when you next go to research, you can already say, oh, I've already been to the archives. And when I was at the archives last time, these are the newspapers I checked. Are there any others that could possibly be in? And maybe I can go check these ones. Or I'm looking for land deeds, or I'm looking for, whatever the documents are that you're looking for. You already have the record that you've searched them. And so it's just a way of tracking what you've researched. What information did you find in there? Did you find the information you were looking for? Yes or no? If you did find the information for, does it answer your question? Does it support your theory? And things like that. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So yeah, I am ready to rock and roll on this one. So after Networking Riches tomorrow, let's go get the mail so I can figure out what these other parcels are that are there that I know I didn't send to me. I only know two. Because there's only two things I've ordered this week, and that was my essential oils order and the automatic shipment of Hunter Killer Part 3, Episode 3. I think that's Box 3. So those are the two ones that I know. I've got no idea what else is there, so it's going to be fun to find out. But and then after that, it'll be into research, and I don't know how much I'll do. It depends on how brain drained I am from Networking Riches tomorrow. We'll see. I may end up coming back and taking a nap. Who knows? Anyway, go have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning for Shake It Up Set. Oh, if you want to have a Shake It Up Set, if you want to have a really good Shake It Up weekend, come join us at Networking Riches. Just go to havetonetwork.com and register. You can come as my guest. You'll come for free, and you'll come and learn a lot of really cool information on what to do before you attend a networking event. While at the networking event, who do you talk to? When you go to a networking event, who are the key people that you talk to? Want to know? Come join us. Then maybe it's after the event. What do you do with those business cards? You've got those business cards in your hand. What do you do with them? And you didn't take any business cards with you. Now, there's a thought. Why do you not take business cards with you? Come find out. See you guys tomorrow morning. Hey, konera.